Welcome to another episode of the 1980 Chevette Restoration. And so at this point, welding is almost done. All the welding on the exterior is done, except for here, just that piece. But I'm going to take that piece, I'm going to fold that piece soon. But I'm probably going to take it to a friend that has a bender. Not a drink kind of bender, it's another kind of bender. Anyways, that was ridiculous. I welded these big washers where we had the holes and rust corrosion here. Closed up some of the little holes, little rust spots there. Here, welded a section over here that was cracked, actually cracked. There. I'll weld some inside here. God damn it. So, grind that off later. And the reason rust started forming here is because there's actually two sheets sandwiched together, and then the bolt goes through the both of them. So over here on this side we've got that one, this one here, right? And then over here on this side you actually have another one over here, which you can kind of see. So you've got this overlap here, and over here it actually opened up, so I had to weld the crap out of it, as you can see. But people sledgehammered this fender here so that they could fit a turbo in. So anyways, that's done now, and very happy with the results here. I'm always really proud of this piece here. It turned out perfect. This piece here. And so as I was driving the other day, I noticed that the trunk just opened up by itself. So what had happened was, actually I threw that piece away. Where the hell is it? So I can show you. Here it is. Those cans have been there for a while. Don't judge me. So the latch mechanism used to go on here, this crappy little thing here, and you can see on the back that it was held on, it was just tacked on to the car by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crappy little welds in between sheets. And obviously you can see that rust got in between the sheets, because you always have a little gap between two sheets if you don't weld it continuously, if you don't do continuous welding, which they don't do at the factories, which is deplorable. So ideally you need that welder that has a wheel on it, and then I think it's called a seam welder, or at least you put stainless steel, fold stainless steel over it like I did on the truck. Got a video of that. Anyways, so like here, I have a gap here. I'm gonna fill that in and probably weld that in. Or you could polyurethane it. But here at least you've got a backing here, so I can put a lot of polyurethane on it, and that'll be fine. But the way it was before, just like that, or like here, you still have two sheets. You see there's a little gap there for you to see. And then you start to get rust and formation there. As water gets in there. Right, so in the case like this, is you either replace it by a solid piece like I did here, or you bend a sheet this way so that it sandwiches, you know, it covers this gap between both of them. So let's say this was sheet steel here. Obviously not this thick, but like that. This is what you do. Now water can't get in, right? So anyways, I think I mentioned on a previous video that I was really tempted to do this, and so I said, you know what, since this crappy thing just garbage. It's garbage. Yeah, where's the Mike Tyson? Oh, this is garbage. So I said, well, it's a direct sign that well, it's not even a sign, I was forced to do it this way. So removed, actually I didn't have to remove it, it's already removed. Just bent another piece of pipe. And then to make this part, I welded a nut on the back of a washer. Then with the plasma cutter, just drilled and just cut out 2 holes so that the washer could fit inside. The nut would fit inside, so the nut's actually in here. And then just welded the top of the washer there. And so yeah, I think it's looking really nice now, really professional. And then this is all going to get covered afterwards. And so yeah, nice and heavy duty now. I could also have just welded this. You know, I was kind of actually asking to be welded, because you see it's got the 2 tabs here and then the 2 holes there. I could have easily just welded this in place and it would have been alright, because the adjustment is done over here. So I just one bolt goes through here like that, and then you can move this in and out like that, and you can twist it to sideways as well. So this is where the adjustment gets done. You don't have any adjustment here, but I said, you know what, let's just keep it that way. You can remove this for whatever reason. I mean, this thing is pretty indestructible, you know. It's been there for almost 50 years, and there's no signs of rust on this. It's kind of galvanization. On this side there's a little bit of corrosion, you can see how this side is like silver color and not over here, but no actual rust. Funny though that they must have galvanized this side and not this side, because it's obviously different, see? But this will do. Now the trunk closes nice, and might have to adjust so that it closes further down. Get rid of this gap here. But yeah. This side body filler is pretty much done on this side. Body work, I'm really happy. Not hard to see because it still looks like a Dalmatian, but this is very good work right here. And then on the same day, probably the same time that the trunk opened, the window fell down. Notice, what the hell, my window is down all the way. So the previous video we had had a pulley and a long piece that fell off. So the long piece went in there. Come on, lights. Yeah. I have a lantern here. Can't turn the flash on.